Tennessee Titans Weekly, we can't read a rock, but being the best podcast with Hawk and Jock. We cover the Titans early in the morning or later, with everything you need, spitting facts, no paper. From the Music City, born and raised, we reppin'. The city and the state of Tennessee, we steppin'. Our fans enjoy, they say they'll enlighten us. Let's go Titans fans and tighten up. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast.
Uh-oh. Not sure what happened there.
Tennessee Titans Weekly, we can't read a rock, but being the best podcast with Hawk and Jock. We cover the Titans early in the morning or later, with everything you need, spitting facts, no paper. From the Music City, born and raised, we reppin'. The city and the state of Tennessee, we steppin'. Our fans enjoy, they say they'll enlighten us. Let's go Titans fans and tighten up. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We're here to be the best and never last. Hawk and Jock, what's the plot? To make the Super Bowl, or can we win or not? Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We give you news and perspectives and do it fast. When you see our shows, tell us what's up. Let's get this win and go home and tighten up.
Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques. What's up, folks? Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is your way. What's up, y'all? We're here live chop up. What's good, Jacques?
Okay, Colin. How you feeling? Staying warm?
Yeah, man, staying warm, man. Hey, shout out to everybody on the show, man. I'm not sure if you know how many people on here have been impacted by the ice and the snow, man. I was out of my home for 3 freaking days. My house, when I came back home here in Nashville, my house looked like this, man. It was dark and cold when I came home, man. So I hope everyone is doing well. You know, the city of Nashville, throughout the entire Southeast, but Nashville got hit the hardest, man. You all see how I look in the city, man. That's out south right there, man. And, you know, you look out here as well, man. That's going towards like Germantown, man. This is how the whole city looked during the ice storm. So I hope everyone is doing well, first and foremost, before we start the show. You know, hope everyone is doing okay out there. And if, you know, watching the show, man, we appreciate that as well, too, man. So yeah, man. So shout out to everybody. Who we already got in the chat? We got anybody in the chat?
We got Hakeem. What up, bro? We'll say that for the chopper, brother.
Yes,
what up,
sir.
Toy? We got Titans South 21. What's up, brother? What's up?
What's up? What up? Shout out to my boy Julio as well, man, in Nashville, man. Talked to Julio today, man. He said, man, big fan of the show, man. He said, loves the show, facts, no paper. Hey, shout out to my boy Julio, man. Just wanted to give you a shout out, bro, if you're watching the show. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, man.
Sir.
All right. So, Jacques.
Yes, sir.
Bread and butter, bro. So, the Tennessee Titans have currently hired Brian DABOLL as the new offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. Wow, Jacques. Wow. So, Jacques, I want to throw this question out to you, brother.
All right.
So, knowing what you know about Brian DABOLL, knowing what we need here with the Tennessee Titans, and those in the comment section, we want your thoughts as well, man. Throw your thoughts out there. We'll put them up on the screen as well. What are your initial thoughts of the Tennessee Titans hiring Brian DABOLL as the new offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans?
Man, it's a home run. Berganzi is doing his thing. Salah is doing his thing. Robert's doing his thing. Beneficial, I think, is my first word. And what I mean by beneficial, this is going to benefit the offense, but it's really going to benefit Cam. DABOLL has been working with Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Jackson Dart, Daniel Jones. I mean, the list goes on, and he knows what he's doing when it comes to offenses and working with specific quarterbacks. But the news is he wanted to come here. I think that was the most exciting thing for me was, you know, when somebody wants to come here versus they need to. Well, let me say this: want and out of need and necessity, right? To say, hey, I'm just here to get a paycheck. You can tell he's passionate, and he wanted Cam even in last year's draft. I know the Giants gave the Titans a significant flushed house to try to get Cam. And so now he gets an opportunity to work with Cam and implement his particular system, his style of play. Man, I'm excited, man. Dayball, that was a home run hire. And the Titans continue to build in a way that we haven't seen in a long, long time. I know there's a coaching staff that we can compare this to, because back in the day, especially if you're a Titans fan, you've been with this from the beginning. The Jim Swartz, the Fishers, the Mike Heimerdingers, all that coaching staff was amazing as well. So, man, I'm excited, man. My initial reaction was shocked, but at the same time, I'm like, we got freaking Brian Daboll. That's crazy. But that's my thoughts, man. What about you?
I hear you, brother. I hear you, man.
Yeah.
Facts, no paper, Jacques. So, man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. My initial reaction, same for you in a way, like I'm in disbelief, right? Because bringing in Brian Daboll, you got an offensive guy. And we spoke upon with Robert Saleh to say, listen, man, this is basically the picture here. Hey, bro, I got the defense. You got the offense, dog. All right, I'm gonna lay back. Hey, you take care of the offense, man. I'm good. So I am so excited from that perspective on the fact that we have a guy, Robert Saleh's not an offensive guy. And so you and I have talked about how important it is to get the right offensive coordinator. Brian Daboll has done a great job, to your point, with Jalen Hurts, Jackson Dart, and more importantly, Josh Allen. And Josh Allen, when he was there with Buffalo Bills, he had Josh Allen, playing at a very high level. Even when Josh Allen was a rookie, Brian Daboll was there, and you see the progress. The Buffalo Bills loved Brian Daboll. So you keep hearing raves about him as the offensive coordinator. And again, there's other coordinators that were available. But, man, I'm telling you, to the point that you said, Brian Daboll wanted to be here. His resume is stacked. He's a former head coach. I think that plays a lot. He's going to have instant respect when he gets here. He's absolutely a player's coach. He clearly, when it came to Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, when it came to Jackson Dart, you knew that he was rocking with these guys. You knew that quarterback was very important for Brian Daboll. And we have a guy that's an alpha dog as a coach. And it's going to give us an opportunity in offense to run something different. Here's the thing. The New York Giants as a team sucked. They were a terrible team. But they were 13th in the league in offense. You know what I mean? It's like 13th. And then the Tennessee Titans were 31st in the league in offense. That says a lot, because not only did they have a rookie quarterback, you lost Malik Neighbors, you lost your running back in Cam Scatterbo. This offense had a bunch of guys out there. But at least offensively, their defense really struggled. At least offensively, they did decent to finish 13th in the league with that type of offense. And that goes to the credit of Brian Daboll. So I'm very excited to have Brian Daboll as an offensive coordinator. Brian Daboll, if you're listening, welcome to Nashville. Hey, man, this icy storm stuff can eventually be done. I know you used to it in Buffalo and New York. Welcome to Nashville, Brian Daboll.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. So we got IR on the sheet. What's up, brother? He said 9 out of 5, 9.5 out of 10 for this.
All right.
I agree. We got Titan South again. He's saying Berganzi's in the kitchen cooking it up.
Yes, he is.
He really is, man. Shout out to Berganzi, man. Again, I did a show about a couple of months ago about Berganzi, man, and how y'all should trust Berganzi. He know what he's doing. All right, so we're gonna get to the next segment.
Yes.
And we know there's always pros and cons, right?
Yep.
Do you see any pros and cons from this hire?
Absolutely. On both sides of the coin. Okay. On this show, we're not just going to tell you everything's great, everything's good. No, we got to look at everything, right? It's a silver lining. Okay. So when I think of Brian Daboll, there's major positives here, in my opinion. You look at a guy that, again, has a lot of network. Even with Robert Saleh, they have a great relationship. And I think that's going to be very important. I think that's a big positive. The positives he's had with quarterbacks. This guy has a heck of a resume. 21 years as a coach. This guy has coached a lot of quarterbacks in his tenure. He's also been a head coach. He was a head coach for 3 seasons. So he has that on his belt. And so I think the offensive coordinator role is not going to be like something that's going to overwhelm him. He's not having to focus on the whole team. He can just focus on the offense. And when you look at their offense last year, the New York Giants, a bad football team, finishing number 2 in the draft right now, this guy was able to, have a good offense despite the team not being well. He's a motivator. Brian Daboll gets the most out of his quarterbacks. He does do that. I think some of the cons, when you look at him as a coach, when you look overall at his coaching timeline, right? He's the offensive coordinator now as a head coach with the New York Giants, walking away from this job. He did not he was not successful as a head coach overall in his record. You look here again, 2-8 last year. He was fired after game 10, 3-14 in 2024, 2023, 6-11, 2022, 9-7. His only winning record as a head coach. Now, so no, it's a different role, but Brian Daboll has had struggles with coaching. I think there are times as well on play calling when he was at Buffalo and the New York Giants. There were questionable play calls that he did then as well, too. At times, he was conservative on a lot of times, especially with the Buffalo Bills. And I think those are things that piss Buffalo fans off. Even when we did shows with Rico, those are some of the things that he said. He felt that Brian Daboll's a great coach, but a lot of times he's not putting his entire team on his belt. Now, you have Brian Daboll, who likes to run the quarterback, as in Josh Allen and Jackson Dart. That scares the crap out of me. That scares me because Cam Ward, we don't need him running like that. Cam Ward running the ball is not the athlete of Josh Allen or Jackson Dart. And times last year, Jackson Dart had 5 or 6 concussions and he still was running Jackson Dart. It's like, Daboll, relax, calm down. Why are you running on plays of design run plays? So my hope is for him is to say, listen, let me dial back the runs. Let's have Cam throw the football. Let's make Cam make big decisions. That's his strength. And that I would say that's a comp for me that he has to watch out for as the head coach, as the offensive coordinator, excuse me. So what about you, Jacques? What would you say are some of the pros and the cons? And y'all put that comment in the comment section as well.
I mean, in facts, no paper on the cons, man. I'm going to get to another con as well. And I've said this about Robert is don't repeat the same mistakes, right? And now you have Cam, who's a different quarterback than Jackson Dart. He's a different quarterback than Josh Allen. He's a different quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Those 3 quarterbacks have something in common. All 3 of those are athletic, right? They're super athletic.
Yep.
Not saying Cam is not. He's when I say athletic, when you think of football players are already athletic, right? But there's levels to athleticism when it comes to football. Normal human beings that never play football or don't understand how to play football, the big 325-pound guy can be athletic. Cam is athletic in his own unique way. It's like Patrick Mahomes is athletic in his own unique, sneaky way. And to your point, when it comes to running your quarterback, learn what you have. And I think that's the excitement behind why he wanted him so bad. He probably is like, hey, I don't have to run him 1,000 times. I actually can dial up an offense where it's off script, but I can script it to where he's scripted, but he's off script, if that makes sense, right? He can do a little bit more. It's like when he had Josh Allen, he can do a lot more. Just Josh knows how to run, right? So you're like, hey, Josh, stay on script. Josh Allen goes off script a lot. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, but he does, right? So my thing is, he probably already knows what he got, but be smart with what you got. Be smart with your toys, right? Don't break your toys early. Be smart. Do what you got to do. And to your point with the con, when you say in big moments, Daboll sometimes in big moments calls weird plays, right? And that's the thing is like, hey, now, hopefully with this team, unlike the Buffalo Bills, you're adding talent, right? Yep. He had talent. He had talent in Buffalo, but he had a little bit more talent in, when I say talent, he had young talent with the Giants. He just went in panic mode when he became a head coach. Like, hey, I got to do for my job. Now, the pro is, again, he's come here, and I guarantee you he already has some type of system set up for specifically Cam. That's the pro. When you have somebody that's been studying you since even last year's draft, that's something that's telling me like, hey, he's about to come in here and do something different. So I'm hoping with that pro, it helps that con. That makes sense?
Yes.
To where you're not running him 1,000 times. And I know last year they wanted Cam to run, but we seen what happened when he ran. He got hurt.
Yep.
So that's like, to your point, that's what scares me. Is like, hey, Daboll, notice what he can do within the pocket. Pay attention to that. If you dial it up and you do dial up runs, make it make sense.
Right.
Make it make sense. And how you do that is something we didn't have last year, Hawk. We didn't have a lot of talent on this football team. When a quarterback's successful in running like Josh Allen was, it's because you had Stephon Diggs on the outside. You had a run game. You had too many threats for the defense to be like, okay, well, shit, can't stack the box. So if I don't stack the box, then I gotta play my zone. I gotta be in my lane. I gotta stay in my lane. That gives Josh Allen time to run. So that's on the responsibility of Berganzi to stack the football team enough to where you give Cam an opportunity to run because you got talent on the team.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel that. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Okay, we got some other chat. We got any other chats in the comments?
Sir, we got Cat Nelson too. What's up? He said, I'm actually looking forward to next season. I feel you.
Me too.
Rodney.
What up,
G,
Rodney
what's
G?
going on? He said, what's going
What's
on,
happening?
fellas? What's going on?
What's up?
My boys. Hey, is that
Stanley?
That's Stanley. That's Stanley.
I think so. What's going down? What's up? What's
Stanley?
happening?
What's
good?
forever,
What's
man. What's
happening?
going on?
What's happening? What's happening?
All
All right.
right. He said, I agree with y'all. So
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Dayball, be careful, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, so be careful, Dayball. Yeah. All right. So the Tennessee Titans as well in hiring Brian Daboll. Daboll said, listen, we flew into Nashville. He's like, hey, listen, Amy, I got other people coming with me too, man. You know what I mean? So Brian Daboll is bringing in Shea Tinnery, who was the quarterback coach for the New York Giants, and the offensive line coach, Carmen Brasillo. All right. So they're joining Brian Daboll. Tinnery will be the quarterback coach, and Brasillo will be the offensive line coach. All right. So tell me what your initial thoughts is. This just happened. Tell me what's your thoughts on this as far as the team and the overall development of Cam Ward?
Not surprising. And I think you said it earlier. When you have two former head coaches that are on the same team, one for offense, one for defense, you get to tell your homeboys, like me and you, right? If we were coaching the team, Hawk, if you want what you want, offense, defense, I trust you. I'm like, all right, cool, I trust you. You gonna do your thing, you bring your peoples in, I'm gonna do my thing over here. Yeah. And I know that's what Robert and the Titans are allowing Daboll to do. They're like, hey, if you feel comfortable with what they've been able to produce, bring them. This is going to benefit Cam. And matter of fact, it's a step up over Bo, because I know Bo was his quarterback's coach. Now he has an experienced quarterback's coach that's going to come in here along with Daboll, and they're going to fix his mechanics, right? Cam wasn't perfect, but Cam, once you fix those mechanics and you fix those things, it's really going to benefit him. The other hire, what's his name? Is it Cameron?
Carmen Brasillo.
Carmen. Yeah, Carmen. He's the offensive line coach.
Yep.
I just heard some video of him and his philosophy on what he expects from his players. I love it. I love it. Tough, dependable, strong. These are things we've heard before from who? Mike Vrabel, right?
Yep.
Accountable, right? So they're bringing in the same mindset that is going to build that culture, right? We've seen this before with Vrabel. So I actually am all for it. I'm on board for it because, again, it's like it's a split. It's like, okay, hey, we got this over here. Y'all got this over here. I like it like this because it's going to allow them to focus everything over here. And the mindset that you're bringing, like I look at the defense last year. Defense had swag, man. Defense was playing out of their mind. Offense, not so much. Offense was more quiet, finesse. The only person that had that dog in him, when we call him that dog, was Cam. Cam got that dog. Well, Daboll, if you've ever seen an interview of him when he's his expectations of them players, he wants that dog. You want to have that dog, and you don't like to lose. When I hear that, oh yeah, yeah. We on the same page. And if you've ever coached before, your coaching staff needs to be on the same page and same philosophy. And if y'all not on the same philosophy, y'all don't have the same vision, it's not gonna work. And I think that's what happened with this last regime. They wasn't on the same page. They didn't have the same vision. They didn't know where they wanted to go. But this coaching staff, I feel it. I'm like, okay, yeah, y'all gonna make me strap up again and run through a wall. What we got in my old age? So that's my thoughts. What about you, Hawk?
Facts, no paper, job. So what I look at with these two coaches, for what I know, because again, this is just sort of just happened. So Shea Tinnery has followed Brian Daboll pretty much wherever he's been. Alabama, Buffalo, New York, now Tennessee. So there's a comfortability level in that regard, right? Now, we just mentioned Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, and Jackson Dart. I would say that's a pretty good success story if you ask me, right? So he doesn't want to break the record in that regard. He doesn't want to work with somebody he doesn't know. He knows this guy, right? And Shea Tinnery, a younger guy, a guy that has been in the coaching realm since 2013, again, working with a lot of coaches in the NFL and at the University of Alabama and those things. So for what I know, and we'll know a little bit more, the fact that he's been with Daboll this entire time, up to even with the New York Giants, to me, when you look at the success of those quarterbacks I just mentioned, I think that's a winning combination, right? He doesn't want to break that flow, okay, to say, listen, man, hey, this guy, he's got to come with me, bro. This is my guy. when I run these offensive plays and these play calls. That's my guy right here. We're going to get him developed. And again, when you look at Josh Allen played much better with Daboll as the head coach. Jackson Dart had, despite the injuries and despite not playing the entire season, Jackson Dart had a good rookie season. So now you have this guy coming in to help him in this regard when it comes to Cam Ward. So I like the hire of Shea Tenry. He's not some guy just off the street. It's a guy that he's worked with. Now, when I look at Carmen Brasillo, this guy here is bald like I am. All right? He's bald like all of us, right? Except you, Jock, and everybody else. We're in the bald collection. Now I have a picture of this guy. Man, when you look at him, hey, he's a rough-looking guy. Shout out to Goldilocks as well, man. Just like the bald comments, right? So I'm saying this. When I look at what he's done in the NFL, this guy has been with the New England Patriots. He was in the MAC at Youngstown State. He's been with the Raiders. This guy here is a dog of an offensive line coach. And it might not be the technician that we've had with, why am I forgetting his name? Bill Callahan. Might not be the technician, but I think this guy is going to motivate them very similar to what Robert Saleh is as a head coach, and even Daboll as the offensive coordinator. So I think it's going to be a different mindset with him as the coach. Because even the New York Giants offensive line, from a PFF standpoint, I'm not sure where they finished. But again, I'm going to say 13th in the league in offense for a bad football team. Their defense was last in the league with all that talent. The offense was all right. So he's another guy that's been with Daboll for the last 6 seasons. That's comfortability. So welcome Shea Tenry. Welcome Carmen Brasillo. Welcome to Nashville.
Yep. Keisha, what's up? Long time.
What's up, Keisha? What's happening?
She said I'm nervous to get my hopes up. Just keep hope alive. Alfonso O'Brien, what up, brother? He said new quarterbacks coach King Isaac. Man, we got some OGs in here.
What's
today.
up, y'all? What's good?
Right. I said Saleh can coach defense. Rabel couldn't coach a defense. That's why in my opinion, the defense is going to be some dogs.
Okay. All right.
Hey, you get a star, Rodney. Yeah. It's been a report we requested to interview Ravens wide receivers coach Greg Lewis to be our wide receivers coach.
Oh, okay.
It wouldn't surprise me. Coach Staff's new
Thank you, Titan South. Thank you.
Coach Staff's new name is Tupac says the big. Oh, gas, no brakes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man. Yes, sir. All right, cool. Well, listen, we are at our favorite part of the show, y'all. We're going to talk a lot, man, about things, man. Hey, we want to say again, if you have not followed us or hit that like button, do that right now, man. Follow us here on YouTube, Tennessee Titans Weekly. We are the official Bleacher Report podcast for the Tennessee Titans. Starting February throughout the entire year, man, we're going to have daily content. So, again, follow us on Bleacher Report. We got plenty of work out there. We're on Apple, Spotify, TikTok. We have something new every single day on different platforms. Check us out. We out there, y'all.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
So let's throw some questions out there, y'all.
I got your first question, Hope. Do you guys think this year will be better than last year's Tennessee Titans? Because I couldn't watch them. Oh, do you want to take a stab at this question?
Is that hard to do? Is that hard to do? We won 3 football games last year. So I don't think that's not a difficult task. If we're on 3 games, that would be an epic failure. That would be horrible. Absolutely will be better than we were last year. I think if you look at what's going on in the last several years, coaching has been probably the biggest asset for teams, coaching. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's the head coach, but a lot of times it's your head coach and your coordinators. Your head coach runs the system. Your OC and your DC runs their perspective spot, offense, defense, and you work as a tripod, like a pyramid. Mm-hmm. So we don't have a DC yet, but we have an incredible offensive coordinator. We got a strong, could be incredible head coach. Let's see what we do on defense. So I want to see what we do on defense and go from there. What about you, Jock?
Same. And to your point, great analogy. I'll tell anybody, if you want to see what a coach goes through, Hawk, you've coached before. I'm first year coaching was last year. This will be my second year. It'll give you a different perspective on coaching. And Hawk, what you said about everybody has to be on the same page. This is why these coaching hires are important, because and I'll use Mike Vrabel as an example. So I don't know if everybody knew, Robert Kraft requested Josh Daniels to stay on the staff because of the fact that he probably knew there's a weakness when it comes to Vrabel. Vrabel gonna hire anybody and everybody. We had Todd Downing, who was a horrible, in my opinion, OC. We were trash, okay? Right. We just had Derrick Henry who was able to make it work. But him having Josh Daniels, whose philosophy he's already worked with Drake May. He knows the Patriot way. He understands the philosophy. That really benefits him in a long way. So how the staff is being built, this is what gives me confidence for this year. And to hire Brian Daboll when you hired him, like you said, at the same time, we got to get the D coordinator position right. But I'm not even worried about that because Robert can call the defense himself if he wanted to. That was something, and to Rodney G's point, that's what Vrabel was not good at. He had a stint as a D coordinator when he was in Houston. It was horrible. Okay. So we are even in a better position. Robert is just trying to do his due diligence and say, okay, hey, I'm gonna hire a DC. I'll let you do your thing. While I sit here and be a head coach. I can actually be a head coach and coordinate like I need to. Distribute. Hey, you go do this, you do this. I coach my coaches, right? That's what they say. So, yeah, we're definitely going to be better than what we were last year. The bar is super low. So you win 6, 7, 8 games. I mean, you're successful. And the Titans believe in him. He's on a 5-year deal. Daboll got a 3-year deal. So
that's right.
Only thing that concerns me if say if the offense is, I'm just hypothetically, say if the offense went from 31st to like the Giants, 13 or top 10. Daboll's gone tomorrow. Okay. He's gone tomorrow. So I think the Titans maybe. That's true. Maybe.
Because he didn't have success as a head coach.
That's true. That's true. But you know these teams are getting desperate. And he went through this round. He didn't get a head coaching job.
Right.
So we might be okay. It might be a Jim Schwartz situation. I lie. He's still out there. So we might bring him in for the D coordinator.
Woo, look at that record, boy.
But that's what I'm saying. So we might have struck gold here. I don't know. And the stress of being a coordinator is different than the stress from being a head coach.
That's right.
I mean, the Titans are gonna be better. Just put your seatbelt on. This new stadium, it's gonna be eerie, Hawk, because what happened the last time we got new uniforms, we got a new name and a new stadium? What happened that year, Hawk?
We went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
99. Yes, sir. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but when do we get our new stadium? And I heard we're getting new uniforms.
Right. I heard that too. We need new uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
I've never liked our numbers. We need new uniforms. So, and
rebrand.
Jacques, I'm gonna throw this out here too, man. Mm-hmm. So, speaking of Brian Daboll, Jacques, I don't know if you've seen this, man. There's been a lot of folks that have talked about like Brian Daboll, like, okay, this is from the Eagles here. Jeff McLean from the Eagles said that, that the Eagles try to offer Brian Daboll a job as the offensive coordinator, but he could not pretty much abide to the pressure of being in Philly. So that's why he just took the Titans job as a secondary job. Okay. Eagle fans, boo-hoo-hoo, ooh-hoo, crybabies. Nashville, Philadelphia. Okay, y'all tell me, maybe I'm tripping. I've been to Philadelphia 3 times. I know a whole lot about Philadelphia. I think I'd rather live in Nashville than Philadelphia. I think I would. And you have a quarterback in Cam Ward. You could really help to turn this whole thing around. Yeah, the pressure might not be there compared to Philadelphia, but Nashville, Philadelphia, I think I'd rather go to Philly. I've been seeing that a lot, Jock, as to teams wanting to hire Brian Daboll. And Daboll's like, I'm going to take the easy route, go to Tennessee. It's not an easy route here, man. This is a difficult team to coach for.
It is.
We sucked the last 5 seasons. So,
yeah, no, facts.
Win.
22 carry goes. He said, I know Titans fans are tired of getting their hopes up, but it's okay to be happy in this moment.
That's right.
Facts.
That's right, Carrot Gold. You're right. That's facts. That's facts. Yep. That's right.
Yep. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Absolutely. This hire is a very exciting. And like I said, man, hey, he's ball like I am, man. So hey, that ones him up in my book, man, for the ball guys, the ball smart guys, bro. That's us, man. Exactly. I underscore Hushy. Does this hiring make free agency easy? I think so. Yes, I do, because the connections to the Giants, the connections to the Bills, the connections to the 49ers, the New York Jets. Yes. And the lasting impressions all these coaches have put on their players, their past players. So yes, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. You go to San Francisco, you got Jawan Jennings. You got different players from those teams that you can probably trade for if you want to, or whoever hits free agency. Yes, this is going to impact free agency big time. What about you, Hope? You think so?
Man, does it make it? Absolutely. First of all, we got a new stadium, right? The new stadium is going to be here, right? All right, 2027, right? You got Amy in the Tennessee Titans, who are number 1 in the NFL in cap space. We got money, folks. We got money at the end of the day, right? So now you have coaches, especially you like, man, I got Brian Daboll as the OC, and you're a receiver. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's that ball song? Hey, show me the money, damn it. I mean, I'm just saying we got the money. You know what I'm saying?
Jerry Maguire,
show me the money. Gotta make that money, man. That money, man. We got the money.
Right.
We got the money. We got the money. So it's there for us, man.
We do. So, Chicken Wayne, what up, brother? Tighten up. What are your top free agents, and who would you like to sign? Me personally, I want Pickens. Have you looked at the free agent list, Hawk?
Yeah, I have.
Who on this list would you want to sign? I know there's a rumor that the Titans like Kyle Pitts.
Yep. Kyle Pitts will be okay if we don't sign Chig. It just depends on how much money that he's trying to get.
I don't think we're gonna sign Chig.
Yeah. I think it depends on the money. I mean, if Kyle Pitts is trying to ask for the farm and the barn, I'm like, nah, bro. For tight end for the Tennessee Titans, as far as a position of need, is not the most in the highest, in my opinion, right? So I know the number 1 free agent that they have right now is Trey Hendrickson. He's the guy that's stirring the pot, so to speak, as a free. He's going to be gone from Cincinnati. He will be available. And, we might draft a defensive end, but man, we need them both. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't look like Arden Key is coming back. And you look at our team as far as free agent, I don't know if we have a player on our team that's in the top 50 free agent list. Not one player.
No, we don't.
We don't. So we have guys that we could pretty much let go if we want to. So I would like to bring in Trey Hendrickson. And even if we drafted a defensive end, if even in the 4th pick of the draft, that would be cool. I would like to have Pickens too, because we need a receiver. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell y'all, we have the money. We can sign both. We have the money. So we need several free agents. So give me Trey Hendrickson. Give me George Pickens. If Pickens want to be here, right? You know what I'm saying? That's for me. And then Trey Hendrickson might be on this. Man, look, man, I went to the Super Bowl, Cincinnati. I'm trying to go to the Super Bowl next year. He might want to look somewhere else. But I say those two. What about you, Jacques?
Man, okay. So real quick, I don't know if you knew Daboll coached Calvin Ridley too.
Yes, he did. At Alabama.
Keep that on your radar. Keep that on your radar.
Yep.
So give me Alontae Taylor, the cornerback from the Saints. We need DBs. Reek Woolen, Tyreek, he's out there. I know the Seahawks. He's doing his thing for the Seahawks. Give me him. Trey, to your point, or Jalen Watson. We need corners. I'm looking at just strictly DBs. We need DBs. Okay. You need to. And how San Francisco, when I look at their defense, and if we get Al Harris, which I don't know if we will, but if we do, he likes length with his DBs. Okay.
Right.
To your point, I like Trey Hendrickson. Bring him in because I like him. I go back to the Kyle Pitts thing, and it depends on what Daboll wants to do. All right. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking outside the box. I look at Dawson Knox, the Nashville native who they had at tight end, who that could be our tight end that we got. He's slipping my name.
Gunnar Ham.
Yeah. That can be his Gunnar Ham. Now, only thing I like about Kyle Pitts is his length, and he's starting to come on, and he's young. So if you sign Kyle Pitts, can you get the beginning of a great tight end, right? Can you get the beginning of that? And does he fit Daboll's system? Cam's gonna get him the ball, right?
Yeah.
Can Daboll dial something up where he gets him open? Again, I don't know if it's a system thing when it comes to Atlanta. I don't know. But so those are some, and I even from a safety perspective, we need a safety. Jawan Jennings, don't be surprised if Jawan Jennings comes back home. Do not be surprised one bit. It would not surprise me one bit if Jawan says, I'm coming back home to Nashville. Well, technically he's from Murfreesboro, but you know.
Just like Alontae Taylor from
shout out to my pops. He's from Manchester.
McMinnville and those areas.
Winchester.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Winchester.
That's right.
Shout out to my pops. He knows his peoples, man. So you get Alontae Taylor, who's a scrappy corner.
Yes, he is.
You can turn this thing around. So yes, I actually know that you're going to see some different players in here. And the Calvin Ridley thing really intrigued me because I was thinking today, I was like, well, they're going to get rid of Calvin. I said, no, Daboll had Calvin in Alabama. So it wouldn't surprise me if he said, hey, I got something. I can dial him up. I want to help them get a draft. So I got you. Don't worry about it. So we'll see.
Calvin, the only issue I have with Calvin Ridley, Jacques, if we do release him, we saved $13 million. You know what I mean?
I
would like to keep Calvin Ridley.
Yeah,
too.
I'm not saying
right?
it's gonna happen. Yeah. I'm
Right.
not saying it's gonna happen, but
Yeah. No, I
right.
understand. I understand. There's positives and negatives with Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Based on his contract, because he's definitely our receiver one, at least going into next season, unless we sign a free agent. But we'll see what's up, man. We'll see what's good.
Fonzo, what up, Brian? He says, with Burgundy's philosophy to build through the draft, this year could be a 1-year rental with Daboll. Does that front office go all in free agency?
That's a great question, Alfonso. All right, so I might be on the difference with Daboll as a 1-year rental. I actually think Daboll will be here longer than a year. I do. I think if he's looking to be a head coach in the future, I think they want to see major success from him at least for 2 seasons. So I actually think, do you go all in free agency this year? Because we have so many holes in our roster, go all in. I'm assuming you're saying spend everything. 100 team, bam, spend it all, right? So I wouldn't spend all my money yet, Job, because I don't like this free agent class. I don't. You should spend money. Yes, you should spend money. But I do think it's a process. See what happens now. I'm saying maybe go 60% of it, right? See what you have. Look at your draft picks and things like that to where maybe you have carryover. We're not on the verge of going to a Super Bowl. That's some LA Rams, Tampa Bay Bucs stuff. We're not there, y'all. We're not there. You know what I'm saying? So just to throw money, we're about to win a Super Bowl. Now, can progress happen? Yes. Can a team go from where we are to the playoffs next year? Yes, that can happen. It's going on in the NFL, but we don't know that yet. So at least I'd say for me, man, I think Daboll will be here longer than a year. I mean, might be wrong. I mean, I'm just saying what I at least think. And I'm not going to put, I got $1,000. I'm spending it all on the crap table. I'm gonna pay money, but I'm gonna slow play it a little more than me just throwing the whole money in the pot. What about you, Jacques?
So we on the same page, bro. I wouldn't spend all my money right now. No, I wouldn't. And then you took the words out of my. You can mix and match.
Yep.
I'm gonna give Burgundy his flowers right now. He did a hell of a job with this rookie class. And anybody can argue me up and down and say, well, no. Damn near every rookie played this year. Matter of fact, all the rookies played this year.
They did.
And they produced. And that's hard as hell to do when it comes to a rookie class. Say what you want to say about Cam. He threw for 3,000 yards, and he broke the rookie record, all right, for the franchise rookie passing record. Shout out to Cam. Let's go to DK. DK got all pro his rookie year. I wasn't expecting that. I knew he was fast, but damn, I wasn't expecting that. Shout out to him. What's his name? The other receiver. You know what I'm talking about. Elick produced, right? Almost had 400 yards passing.
Or Elick. Sorry, y'all.
Excuse me,
Excuse my country slang, bro.
Let me say Ayo produced.
Right.
Gunnar Ham produced. Okay? Let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Kevin Winston Jr. got hurt, that joker was balling. Marcus Harris. You remember I told you when I saw him in preseason? And you know I know my DBs, bro. I'm like, man, he fast.
Yeah.
He's fast.
Yeah.
And when you're a DB that's fast, sometimes having speed helps you with your technique because you can hide your technique with speed.
Yeah.
Jackson Slater got some love. Michigan running back. Trust Burgundy when it comes to this drafting. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Spend what you need to spend. As a matter of fact, I might go in each position. I might spend a little here, spend a little bit. I ain't going to break the bank. And then I'm going to say, you know what? We're going to focus on the draft. Let's get this mindset that we got last year. This is the most mature rookie class I've seen. Let's bring that same mindset in. So, no, I'm not spending all my money right now because, like, I'm with you. This free agent class is not the best. It's a lot of good depth players. You do have some starters out of here. Like I said, Alontae Taylor, Tyreek Woodland, Jalen Watson, from a DB perspective, right? That I'd be like, okay, I can bring them in because we don't know what's going to happen with Snead either.
Right.
We still
let go of Snead, we save $10 million if we get rid of him.
Should we let him go? Right? Yeah. Should we let him go? So, no, I'm not spending all my money.
Yeah. Alfonso, do you agree? Do you think we should be in a strip club on our birthday, on an anniversary, on a job and a promotion or something, just throwing out the money like that? Just doing that shit should the Titans do that? You tell me. Oh, man.
Yeah, and then you got Garrett Wilson. If we traded for Garrett, man, that'd be a weapon for Cam. Let's see. So far, other than A few re-signings. We're all in New York, New Jersey on the coaching staff. Yeah, I mean, why not? Hey, Alfonso said, "Make it rain." He said, "He
Make it
making
rain,
it rain,
okay?
dog.
Make it rain, make
He
it
making
rain.
it
Doing
rain.
that right there, doing this right
Mhm.
here. All right, okay, all
He
right,
making it rain, dog." He
okay,
said, "I'm making it rain."
all right.
I feel you, bro. I feel you, but I think you just pay attention to the philosophy of what they did last year. We didn't break the bank last year either.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Rand Cardona did.
Rand was
Rand broke it.
Rand was
Rand broke it.
Rand was
Yeah,
doing that. I was
yeah,
like, damn,
Rand
Rand.
broke it. Yeah, Rand broke it. Rand said, "You know
Rand
what?"
made it rain.
But you know what's crazy? Even though he made it rain, he didn't really break it. Like he didn't break it because we still had money that kept rolling over and rolling over, and that's why we in the situation we in now. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's very true. Because he spent a lot of upfront money. His was,
yeah.
hey y'all, here I got this right there for y'all right here. Yo, you ain't gonna make no much money in a year or two. We'll pay
Yeah.
you up front, but we're gonna save money on the back end. Yeah, that was a positive of Rand. That some of the players was signed was
was
not worthy
was
of it.
questionable.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
But you know what? Hindsight 2020, in that moment, it made sense. I see why. If I was in his position, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, you know what? In hindsight 2020, look back on it. We needed a receiver. We needed a corner. We needed those things. Were they the right scheme fit? Maybe not, but we needed them in that moment. So I got to give him his credit there. Team leader, tighten up, brother. What's up?
Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Sneed out the dough.
Yes, sir.
Now Titans are requesting Raven. Somebody said they should have retained Tyke Tolbert. He's a good receivers coach. He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. Yep. Unless Dayball got somebody in mind of whatever, or Salah, you know what I mean? So here's what I'm thinking, Jacques.
Mhm.
You're a 3-win football team. Ain't nobody safe. That's how I look at it. Y'all won 3 games in the last 5 years. Y'all have won an average of 5 games a season. Ain't nobody safe. That's how I look, ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody, we should be. No, we ain't made the playoffs in 5 seasons, man. So that's how life is, man.
Yeah. Yep. But
that's smash that like button, like team leader says.
That mindset's about to change, though. So y'all get ready to change your mindset with the coaches that we got. That's why I like these coaches that we got. That mindset is about to change. That loser mindset, tired of it, dog. I ain't no loser. So that he's about to bring a winning mindset in this joint. So I can see how Robert and Dayball, how they think. They're like, hey man, if you ain't on our program, you got to go. You got to go. Now, the reputation that both of them do have, the players love playing for them. That's one thing. That's the common theme that I'm hearing from just things I've read, things I'm hearing. I'm like, man, these players love these dudes, man. Yeah. They love them.
Yeah. So I have a question for everybody in the chat too, Jacques. I'm gonna throw this question out there. So we still don't have a defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. Okay. Do y'all have a favorite of who y'all want to hire as a defensive coordinator? Jacques, I don't know if you have one right off rip.
Give me Al Harris.
Okay.
Give him a shot. Either let him rock. Well, Robert want to call it. I don't care, but I like Al Harris. I like what he was able to do with the Bears and what he was able to. Do y'all realize that damn it not all of them, but the Bears secondary had the most interceptions in the league?
Yeah.
Was it like 4 players that had 7 interceptions apiece?
Yep, including Kevin Byard.
All so pro at that. Exactly. What that tells me about Al Harris, he knows X's and O's.
That's right.
And he knows his stuff. So I would say give him a shot. And I like his energy. Something that I like that I'm seeing in the NFL now is young energy. Bringing in that young, I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but bringing in that young energy where you can get your guys going, if that makes sense. Who you got anybody in mind, Hulk?
I do. And this is gonna probably shock folks. They're gonna be like, ain't no way. But let me tell you something, man. The way he was done as far as being the head coach there in upstate New York, give me Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott as our defensive coordinator. You have him, Brian Daboll, and Robert Saleh. That'd be the best coaching staff we've ever had. That'd be a historic coaching staff. Give me Sean McDermott to say, look, Sean, now he might be on a rental for 1 year. He might, right? But it's like, hey, Sean, listen, bro. Look, man, we know what happened in Buffalo, man. Come on down here to Nashville, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get you some hot chicken somewhere, bro. Sit down, enjoy yourself, man. Hey, run the defense. Now, I think that McDermott and Salah, I don't know how that would work because, you have 3 head coaches in the building, right? And Salah, to your point, and I haven't heard anyone say that but you, Jacques, when you said, hey, man, let Robert Salah be the D coordinator, right? So, as a possibility, right?
Mhm.
But I want, man, listen, you got defensive coordinators out there. You got guys, young guys that want to step up in that spot. But, Raheem Morris just got hired by the 49ers. Hey, I'd like to see Sean McDermott, man. That might be a coin in the river, man, but I'm with it.
Yeah. I've heard he wants to take a year off, which to get his mentals right, I feel him on that. I feel him on that. They've said that. They've definitely said that. Now I'm gonna tell you, somebody said, who's it? He said, doesn't matter. Salah's gonna call plays. Not necessarily. Okay. So this is what I was talking about in our first show when I said pros and cons. What do you learn from your first mistake, right? Your first mistake is you trying to do too much. So what he's doing is he's making up for that first mistake by looking for defensive coordinators. And I got to give him a shout out on that. I'm like, hey, I see you're making improvements. So that tells me like, hey, I'm gonna approach this thing kind of different this time than the first time. So I wouldn't make that something that he's going to call his own plays. That's why he's looking for a defensive coordinator. So I rock with it. And to your point, Hawk, if Sean McDermott do come here, Titans might just, I'm not saying they go to the playoffs, but that something has to shake with that particular trio. You don't get those 3 together and nothing happens. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. It just don't happen.
Yeah.
That don't happen.
Yeah,
that don't happen.
That's true.
Somebody asked, would y'all be interested in bringing Kevin Byard back? Hawk, would you bring him back?
Hey, at the end of the day, what does the ink say on the piece of paper on the contract, right? So if it's contractually there for us, absolutely bring Kevin Byard back. You know what I mean? Now, I would say, of course, Kevin Byard, I'm about to say something very controversial, and Jacques knows you all might totally disagree with me, okay? Now, I'm excluding the Oilers, okay? I know we have Albert Hainsworth, Javon Curse, and those things. Hear what I'm telling y'all. I think Kevin Byard is the best defensive player the Tennessee Titans have ever had. This guy is a 3-time All-Pro player, led the league in interceptions 3 years in his career. Overall, from when he started to where he is now, leads the NFL in interceptions. He's played it with the Bears. He's been a success, except for Philly. He's been a success his entire career since his rookie season. So that's how good I think Kevin Byard is. He's unbelievable. But it depends on the paperwork. And I think Kevin Byard wants to get a Super Bowl, man. If I'm him, I'm staying in Chicago. I wouldn't come back. You know what I mean? What about you, Jacques?
So, yeah, I slick would, but I'm like you. Like Chicago, he has something good going on in there with Chicago. I remember, I'll never forget it, man. The year, because that was 2016? Was that 2016 draft? I think we were still working together. And we were evaluating Kevin, and we said, man, you don't get 20 interceptions in college and think that don't translate to the NFL. Never forget that conversation we had.
Absolutely.
And it look what happened, right?
What happened?
I wouldn't be opposed to bringing him back, like you said, to your point with the contract. And I think the Titans wouldn't break the bank on him. But it would put butts in seats again because it's a familiar face, right?
That's right.
And you can put him in that system and he'll probably shine. Like him and but the thing is, I'll say this. You still have Xavier Woods. Diggs is not here no more, but you got Kevin Winston Jr. also, and you got Amani Hooker. So it'll be a crowded safety room again, but it depends on what type of defense they want to run.
Exactly.
We run a 3-4 with a 3 safety set, right?
Yep.
That's not a common defense, right?
That's not. Salah runs a 4-3.
He runs a 4-3, right?
Yep.
He runs a 4-3. So I don't know if people understand what a 4-3 defense is compared to a 3-4 defense is. You got 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. You got your DBs.
Yep.
They run more of a cover 2. You more emphasis on your front side. You know what I mean? Because if you got fast edges on the end when it comes to a 4-3, 3-4, your edges are like outside linebackers, right?
Yep.
What type of scheme we gonna run? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
What type of scheme we gonna run? So is he gonna stick with a 4-3? So, hey, 22 carry. She said, y'all really haven't tried that.
It's something about being bald, man. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm with it. I'm with it.
So Alfonso, I'm gonna tell you about the freak. Okay,
hire me, Tennessee. If you're hiring bald folks, hire your boy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Alfonso, he says the freak. The thing about the freak had his rookie year was amazing.
Unbelievable,
But he,
right?
he couldn't follow up after those years. And then he went to Philly, right? That's my knock on the freak. That's my knock on the freak. That's my knock on him. That's my knock on him. We go to Albert Hainsworth. Albert Hainsworth had those good couple of years. Then he went to Washington, right?
Right.
Statistically,
And New England. Yeah, it didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Statistically, to Hawk's point, we talked about this.
Yep.
Bayard statistically has been the best defensive back. Now, the defensive player that we've had, right? You've had players that had 13, 14, 15. I get that.
Right.
But now Jeffrey Simmons is trending to be that.
He is. Jeffrey Simmons is trending. He is.
Jeffrey Simmons is trending, especially if Jeffrey stays here and retires as a Titan. Jeffrey Simmons will get that stamp as the best defensive player we've had with the Titans.
That's right. I totally agree with that. And when you speak of Javon Curse and Albert Hainsworth, those guys were unbelievable here with Tennessee. Top 3, top 5 for sure. You know what I mean? But when I think of the best, it's what I'm thinking, man. So
he said better than Keith Bullock and Hawk. You've chopped it up with Keith Bullock several times.
I've run into Keith Bullock all the time in the city, man. We smoke cigars together and everything, bro. He was unbelievable too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He was. KB was.
He was.
KB was a dog. KB was a dog. He was a dog.
Bayard's an all-pro player safety. They could probably say Bayard. Some people could maybe argue from a generational standpoint in a 5-year to 10-year time that Bayard might be the best safety in that generation or two, maybe top 3 in that generation in the league. That's how good Bayard has been in his career. You know what I mean?
Especially from a statistical standpoint.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So somebody said, do you think Charlotte will acquire players from San Francisco? How do you think he's going to get some San Francisco 49ers?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Absolutely. When they see that paycheck, when you're in San Francisco or California, right? You're looking at your check like, damn, them state taxes, boy. Whoo! Look at this right, God. Look at this right here, baby. Look, 50% of my check goes to the state of California. You come right here, they ain't the hey. You still gonna get hit a little bit on some stuff, but not like California. Absolutely.
Jawan, you want to come home, bro?
Yep.
Jawan,
so if we brought Jawan Jennings here, Jacques, is he WR1 or what? Or we don't know yet?
I wouldn't call him WR1. He'd be like a WR2, maybe 3. But he would fit right in. He would give you that something that we don't have right now, veteran leadership. I'm saying Calvin don't have it, but Calvin was hurt most of the year. He would bring that dog, and we know Jawan is a dog, and he would bring something different to that wide receiver room. It'll give Cam more weapons that if Cam had more like say if Cam had D-Hop, Cam's numbers would have been super inflated, right? Because D-Hop knows what he's doing. Cam didn't have it. He was playing with his homeboys, his rookies, right? So I think if he came here, I wouldn't call him wide receiver 1. Maybe give him 2 or 3. And Brian, to your point, I've talked about Dobbs a lot. I do like Romeo Dobbs.
Right.
Alex Pierce, the thing is, Alex Pierce is going to demand a paycheck. His numbers are going to be outrageous. He's probably going to be like $14 million a year for what he's done. And I'm like, would I pay Alec that much? Not me. I don't know if you would, Hawk. But he's a good receiver that if depends on the paper, pen to paper. Yeah. I'll consider it.
We got the paper to sign 2 of these guys we wanted.
Yep.
We do, man. We do. So, I mean, I would sign 2 of the 3, maybe. Depends on that paper. We need receivers at the end of the day, right?
Right.
So if you can make it work, make it happen. Jawan Jennings would love to come back to Murfreesboro, Nashville area. I'm sure he would love to do that. You know what I mean? And who wouldn't want to go from Green Bay to now? You play for a great franchise in the Green Bay Packers. You have a very good head coach. You got a very good quarterback. You have a very good situation there in Green Bay. But I think Romeo Dobbs will be gone because you have other receivers on that team and Christian Watson. You got Matthew Golden. Dobbs wants to be the top guy. So we'll see. But
can he be that? I don't know.
Yeah.
IR host, he says Samari Roll. Think about Samari. He was legit. He was good. He didn't stay here long enough, man.
Right. He's half Ravens, half Titan.
Yes.
Even though Samari Roll just recently says he's a Titan, he says I associate for the Titans, and he was our best corner we ever had here. I'd say, right? And y'all, I know we've had Jason McCourty, Cortland Finnegan,
you've had Ryan
Malcolm Butler. Who else you say?
Logan Ryan.
Yeah, Logan Ryan was great here, dude. Logan Ryan was more of that slot corner. You know, say more of a I don't know, but he was unbelievable. I still say Samar Rose our best corner.
To your point, because Samar can shut down that half of the field.
That's right.
That's the thing. Right. He can shut down that half of the field.
That's right.
So yeah. So Andre asked,
that's a good comment, bro.
What he say?
With the way the Cleveland Browns are
treating
Jim
Schwartz,
Yes. Should we give him a dude? Jim Schwartz is a legend in Nashville, dog.
And he's another head coach too.
Yep. Exactly. Jim Schwartz. If the money was all Amy has to do is, hey, Jim, you want to come back to Nashville, dog? Jim will be like, yeah, bro, that's home for me. I'm a legend in Tennessee. I'm really a legend. He'd be here in a heartbeat. That could happen. Great call, Andrew. That could happen.
It could.
Yep.
It could.
The Cleveland Browns was the number 4 defense in the NFL last year, y'all.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll see. What up, fellas? What's going on with the
what up?
Who you want to be your QB2, Hawk?
I wonder how healthy Will Levis will be. I wouldn't mind him being QB2, but because honestly, there's not a lot of good quarterbacks that are out there, y'all, to be honest with you. If we happen to get another free agent quarterback, maybe that could compete with Will Levis, I'd be up for that. I would personally like to have more of an established quarterback too, that's been in the league, that has had some success, even if he's maybe a little older, something that where like Cam could get knowledge from, it could chop it up with the things. When you're looking at Will Levis, he's like, hey, he can't really tell me nothing. Let me, break bread, say players like, you had spoke earlier about Jameis Winston, guys like that, right? As a QB2. I would prefer to have a guy that's been a success in the league, preferably. I'm not out on Will Levis at QB2, but I would prefer somebody else. What about you, John?
I think, like I said, we talked about this. I want a veteran. Like to your point, that's proven that can mentor Cam, right?
Right.
That can get him where he need to go. And no knock on Levis. I know everybody's still on, like some people are still in on Levis. The thing about that, man, is he has to be healthy. He has to be on the field. He's lost valuable development time. So you need somebody in here that's going to keep the speed. Why I said Jameis was because Daboll has worked with Jameis. He's worked with Russell Wilson. He's worked with those quarterbacks. And
that's right, bro.
What I've heard about Jameis is he's been a good mentor to Jackson Dart, right?
Yep.
So you can literally bring him in, and if Cam does get hurt, I'm okay with Jameis. I'm like, okay, Jameis, Daboll's system anyway, so try to do what you do, get what you're going. So give me somebody who's more, like to your point, established and has done it and has been successful and has been there. No knock on Will, but I think it's time to get that old Titan smell out of the building a little bit and bringing that mindset of football players. That's why I say I got to give this rookie class credit, because they eat, sleep football. Will Levis was worried about mayonnaise. He was worried about mayonnaise. He was worried. He was too much worried about other stuff. I need you to focus on football. And if his mindset is not there, then I don't want it. People got to understand, football is just not physical. It's a mindset too. And if your mindset is not focused on this, you got to go, bro. So don't knock on him. I want to see what his mindset is. If he's still on that mayonnaise train, I'm cool. Go on, take that over there, bro.
Yeah. Perry Phoenix and Tank Williams. Yeah. Those are some dogs, literally. Tank Williams is the safety. Perry Phoenix was a special team / gunner out there. I mean, again, they didn't, they play well, but not better than Byard.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Right. Man, quarterback 2 after this is competent. Somebody said bring back Joshua Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs is the backup quarterback for the Patriots.
Yep. Somebody said you need to keep Will Levis and develop him so Cam miss. The thing is, do I trust Will Levis to win games? Do I trust Will Levis? Right. If Cam went down, can I trust to throw Will Levis in there? Can I say, can you win us 4 or 5 games?
Right.
No, I cannot do that. And don't knock on Will Levis. I just don't trust it. Right.
That's right.
Hell, give me what's his name from Atlanta? Give me Joe Flacco. I'll take Joe Flacco. Give me Joe Flacco, because I know Joe Flacco's won a Super Bowl, and I can plug him in day one and he'll get it. Give me that versus that. That's what I'm saying.
And here's the thing about Levis as far as developing. You could develop Will Levis, but the problem with Will Levis is up here. He panics. The tools are there. It's just when it's crunch time, he's like CJ Stroud. Oh my gosh, I'm Justin Herbert. Oh my gosh, I'm panicking. I'm sweating. I got sweat on my eyeballs. Like, bro, calm down, relax. I can't. I panic. That's a problem. And can it be fixable? I mean, he can eat 4 or 5 vitamins a day. I don't know if mentally it's going to calm him down. You know what I mean? So that's my issue.
And sometimes experience. I'm going to say this. Experience calms that down, right? Experience when you get those reps, calms it down. Look at Sam Darnold, right? I'm not saying, and I seen a tweet. I hope you might have seen this where somebody said, well, if Sam Darnold can do this and you can develop him and he can be this, then Will Levis can too. The difference between Sam Darnold and Will Levis, Sam Darnold was successful in college. USC, he did his thing at USC. That's why he was a top draft pick. Will Levis is a second round pick. He wasn't he was successful in college, but wasn't on no Sam Darnold level. So Sam Darnold came into a situation with the Jets that is just a messed up situation. Now he has an opportunity to say, hey, I understand football now. It's slowed down for me. I get it. Can Will Levis get to the point where he gets it? I don't know.
Yeah.
To your point,
I bet you Minnesota is sitting there throwing up right now. Like, man, we gave up on Sam Darnold for JJ McCarthy. Oh my gosh, man, made a mistake. They made a mistake.
Now, Jay Bryan, I'm gonna hit you with this. He said, look at Malik. When he left, okay, Malik went to a situation where Malik is healthy and he can get those valuable reps and he can get out there and develop. Where's Will Levis at now? Will Levis is not healthy. Will Levis' shoulder still messed up because he was reckless. If he wasn't reckless, then you can get him to where he can stay on the field and get developed. As a coach, I told you, Hawk, you've coached, I've coached. I need you on the field so I can develop you. If you're not on the field, I cannot develop you. So if you bring your butt and you stay and you listen to what I'm saying, I can get you there. That's a famous quote from Ray Lewis. If you listen to me, son, I can get you there.
Yeah.
Great comment, though. Great comment. Yep. So somebody said, yeah, Levis is still a young mid-tier development prospect with unknown upside that may.
I agree. I do agree with that.
But how long can you trust that upside with other young quarterbacks coming in the fray, right? That's my thing. It's like, okay, you got a Mendez coming out. You got these young quarterbacks that are coming out that if I'm a team looking for a quarterback, would I look and say, oh, give me Will Levis? He only started so many games versus coming out here and getting a young talent out of college that I'm like, okay, hey, you have a couple of games. You got this. You've been transferred here. I can trust you. I can develop you. You have skills. The thing about Will Levis, he has to be healthy, man. He has to be healthy in order for him to develop. If he can't stay healthy, I can't develop you. His upside's there, yes, but you got to stay healthy, son. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah, I think what Awakening is saying, too, is more just like it can intrigue some teams, even from a trade value standpoint, right? You know, and seeing Will Levis in person, this guy here, dude, he's a dude. He's like 6'4". It's like, golly, this dude. And there's a lot of ability he has. Again, my question, of course, is his health, the way he plays unbelievably reckless and up here as well, too. So, again, you can develop him all day, folks. But if he ain't got it up here, it's a moot point, man, for sure.
It's a fact. Availability. I'm telling you, man. And again, not no knock on Will. It's just if he was healthy and if you had a competent coach that can develop it, coach, he has traits that you have to coach out. Like you said, Hawk, up here, I can, like you said, I can coach you and coach you and coach you and coach you and coach you until you stop doing that. And if you keep doing it, what am I supposed to do, Hawk?
Right.
What am I supposed to do? You see what I'm saying? So let me see. James be praying about the Titans and need all the G thing, especially in the fourth quarter. Yeah, like I said, James would be good for the city too. Like, and shout out to my boy Chris. I know this is the people's man. So shout out to Chris.
Yeah. And James wants to be closer to his hometown.
Yes,
whether if he played for the Saints or the Titans. He's from Alabama. And he's a Southern dude, so he probably would like to be here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we'll see, man. Yeah.
Shout out to his camp too, man. My son went to his camp, man, and he had an amazing experience, man. So James is as advertised. He's a good dude, man. Real good dude. Real good mentor.
Right,
like I said, shout out to James, man, for real. As bad as this quarterback class is looking, this might be the time to unload him. Again, do teams want him? That's my thing. Is do teams see value in trading a 7th round, 6th round, 4th round, 5th round pick for Will Levis? If I was a team, if I needed a quarterback, I wouldn't do it. I just personally, I would not trade. If he got free agency, yes, I'll pick him up that way. But trade value, no, I'm cool. And that's just me. There's other value out there, the other veterans that I can really look at and get and be like, hey, let's get it. So I'm going off topic. But Hawk, have you seen the
Akai NPC XL? Yes, I have. Bro, it's like $3,000. That thing is a literally studio in your home. Literally, it has, bro. It's unbelievable. So for those that it's a beat making machine, like you make music and those things. It's a plug-in. It's a dog. I mean, it's unbelievable. Absolutely, dude. Yeah, it's dope, man. It's dope. I've never used it, but I've seen it. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Shout out to my music lovers out there, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Akai's
So
dope, man. I use native instruments more than Akai. I'm starting to like Akai more. Sorry to be off topic, but music
good. Talk your stuff, huh?
Yeah, man.
She said, "Till we take McCarthy, McCarthy don't want no Will Levis. He got Will Howard, man.
Yeah.
Keep Will Howard.
I ain't worried.
Will Howard.
Yeah, I feel that. I ain't, man. That's so like you said. We ain't worried about, bro. We got so many other situations.
Man, bro.
Like, we ain't care about that Will Levis. That's
thank you.
Brian Daboll is our new offensive coordinator. Brian Daboll, welcome. We got Robert Saleh. Hey, yeah, man. Yeah.
Thank you. That's why I'm like, man, we got bigger and better things to worry about, man. Like, real. He said, native instruments.
Yep.
Yeah, we got bigger and better things to worry about, man. Will Levis will be there. He just got to catch up to the greatness, man. Like,
That's right.
I'm excited to see what this press conference is gonna look like. Let's see.
Yeah.
With Saleh now the head coach, does that change draft strategy? Ooh, great question. So I'm assuming team leader, you asked.
Of course it does. Of course it does. A new coach, a new person, he gonna tell, hey, Brian Callahan might have been like, man, I want to draft such and such or this position. Mike McCoy might be like, I want to trade the spot. And then Robert Saleh might be like, man, I want defense. Absolutely, it changes the strategy. Absolutely. Yep. We don't know. We will never know. But yes, it does. Now,
it's an interesting. Woo, that's an interesting room to be in because, like you said, you got a good offensive minded coach and you got a good defensive minded coach.
Yeah.
And I don't know who can. Well, Berganzi still kind of makes the decision, if that makes sense. So Berganzi does hold the power in that way. It's really what we need, right?
Right.
We got the pick of the litter, man. It's the best position I've seen the Titans in a long time. It's crazy. First time in years I've been excited on offseason and potential. I
see me dancing, right? I'm excited. I'm excited too, man. And not to say we about to go to the Super Bowl, but I just like the fact that we have coaches in the building that have respect, success, and ability. I think that's huge for me. So I'm excited about that alone. You know what I mean? So
right. So somebody said Bain at 4, and I know this goes into. He says his buddy's going back to Oregon. So I'm gonna say this. Trading the pick is not out the question. Okay,
it's not.
It's not out the question because at 4 you still got Bain available. You got Carnell Tate. You got players. So it wouldn't surprise me if somebody tries to move up and trade. I would trade it and get some more picks. That's me. I would. Or take the best player available.
And I don't know how that would look, right, to get more players, but I would like that too. You know what I'm saying? The one team that we could do that for is the New York Jets, but we'll
see. Want Bain? Do they want Bain? I mean, the Rams too. Rams got 2 first-round picks. So if the Rams wanted to, they can move up. I think it wouldn't surprise me. Well, they got some solid quarterbacks, but you ain't got nobody really crazy in there. Right. So I don't know.
Right.
Who do y'all think we're gonna draft at the 4th pick? Who do you think we're taking, Hope? Who would you want to take?
So I've had 2 different answers every day, right? One day I say this, next day I say this, next day, and then up to when we make the draft, I'll probably change my mind then. But there's one position that I've been consistent on so far based on the available talent in the draft. I'm either looking at the Miami defensive end, Ruben Bain, of course, or I'm going Texas Tech, David Briley. It's one of those guys, man. You got 2 completely different guys, man. Briley's about 6'4", about 260. He's not really a heavy guy, but, man, that man is fast. And before I knew even about him in the draft, maybe like game 7 or something at Texas Tech, I was like, hey, dude, they got number 31 on the defensive end. He's unbelievable. And I seen the games like, dog, he's killing out here. Then Ruben Bain plays like Jeffrey Simmons as a defensive end, about Jeffrey Simmons' size. They're frat brothers too. So, he'll probably, if we draft, he'll probably, take him under his wing. So I would say one of those 2 guys. I might say today Bailey because I like speed. And when you look at a 4-3, I like speed on the outside more at 4-3. So I might tell y'all Bain tomorrow, but I'm telling you Briley today. What about you, Jacques?
So when we in '99 year, we ran a 4-3. Who was our DN when that year? You know who our DN was? Right. Mr. Curse, right? Speedy, lengthy, tall. Get around that corner. I'm like you. Since the scheme will fit a 4-3, give me Bailey off the rip because we already have the power in Jeffrey Simmons, right? We have power up the middle. And I told you, even in that defense, you can move him to the end, you can move him inside, you can move him outside, you can move him inside, move him outside, right?
That's right. That's right.
But I'm going 4-3, man. Bailey, man. And the thing about Bailey, though, I'm gonna say this: he has that speed on the outside, but in the NFL, that works 50% of the time, right? So he's going to have to learn how to put something else in his arsenal when it comes to hand placement, getting your hand, knocking hands down, right? That's the knock on him. Bain, on the other hand, like you said, on that outside, he's a disruptor, dog. He is a disruptor.
Yeah,
he is a disruptor.
Bain,
so you have Jeffrey Simmons, and you can put him on the edge.
Yep.
I mean, give me either or. Now, when I look at that fourth pick, man, I was going to go receiver. The problem with going to receiver at 4 is you have to really be a hell of a receiver for me to pick you at 4.
Exactly. Yep.
You got to be a hell of a receiver for me to pick you. And this receiver class is kind of deep, if that makes sense. And it got a good mix. But it also depends on what we do in free agency. So if we go Trey Hendricks, would you go? So, okay, hypothetically, I'm going to throw something out there. I'm going to throw a question, Hope. And y'all can answer this too. Say if we sign Trey Hendricks in free agency, what would you do with the number 4 pick then?
I still would go defensive end.
Okay.
Because Trey Hendrickson is not young. And I don't feel there's a receiver in this draft that's worthy of the number 4 pick. When I think of number 4 pick as a receiver, I'm thinking you're wide receiver 1 as soon as you step onto the field. And by year 4, you should be a Pro Bowler. When I'm picking you number 4, you should have those type of dividends. And I don't see it yet. I know the combine will come through. There'll be other receivers that'll sort of jump up, and say, hey, there's a guy we hadn't looked at or whatever like that. I've seen my share of college football, as I always do. I ain't seen it. There's talented receivers, no question. But to be number 4, I think the risk-averse risk is better to get a D-end than a receiver, in my opinion. You, Jacques?
Then I would, man, because I like the philosophy. And also, I would slick go best player available.
Yeah,
I probably would go best player available.
Right.
Caleb Downs is right there.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah. Caleb Downs has the talent to be the number 4 pick.
Yeah. Love from Notre Dame. I wouldn't pick him at 4 because the running backs are unique. You got to be Bijan Robinson for me to pick you at 4. But like you said, from a safe perspective, you could go DN because you can't get production out of them. But we need a receiver. I'm not counting out receiver in this draft at all.
Right.
We need a receiver. We need to get somebody that's in this draft. I'm not, because you need to get Cam some help. That's my thing too. If we're not gonna get any free agency, you better get him some damn help, because if you don't, you're gonna be in a situation like you were this year. Now, they're saying Bain's arms are too little. I hate this narrative sometimes. Now, they did Will Campbell like that, and he struggled a little bit. Does Bain play like his arms a little, Hawk, when you see him?
No, he doesn't. I think what he makes up for is his going around the bend on the outside, like he gets low, like literally.
Hawk, your mic, we can't hear you.
Oh,
yeah, we can hear you now. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just think it's more. I think he utilizes other tools, to get to the quarterback more than say his arm length. You know what I mean? But when you're picking 4, I do think if you are a coach and you have a player that that has more physical ability, right? I think you can work with them more than say just outright Will. But Will wins at the end of the day. So if you have 2 players, you don't know what they're going to do, right? So you have to look at those things. So his short arms, I mean, I don't really care about that, honestly, man. I just think the NFL is going to look at Bailey more just on his size. It doesn't mean he's going to be a better ball player.
That's like that's like Pounds from Indiana. Mm-hmm. Right. I think people get into this size game when it comes to specifically NFL, right?
Yep.
And they say, "Hey, you too small. Your arms too short." The measurables, man. If I can play, cool. Look at John Randall. What did they say about John Randall when he came out of college? What did they say about John Randall? He was too small.
Right.
What did they say
Sam
about
Mills? I go all day on that.
James Harrison,
Bobby Wagner,
Doug Flutie,
Darren Sproles.
Darren Sproles. Size does not
Drew Brees.
matter. Drew Brees. Size does not matter. So I want the average person that has never played football to get that out your head. I know we got people in the media and analytical people that your size has to be this, and he's the prototypical. That's cool, but get that out your head. If the boy can play, pick him up. Pick him up. So so Top Tier says, did you see JSN as he is now? Now JSN got drafted the 20th pick in the 2023 draft. What's your point here, Top Tier? Are you saying that?
I think he's saying that, if you just draft a guy at Ohio State that's a receiver, you're gonna be straight.
So Cornell Tate, was that how you feel, Hawk?
Exactly.
Do you think?
I think just because you went to the same college doesn't mean you're gonna have the same productivity. I don't believe in that. I think it just could be coincidental, right?
Right.
I personally don't see Cornell Tate being picked 4. I don't see it. And I say it's not a first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying again, pick 4. Right. Pick 4. So if you're Cornell Tate at pick 4 as a receiver, at some point you're going to be an all-pro, a perennial Pro Bowler at number 4. So again, receivers in Ohio State, yes, they have been great, but it doesn't automatically make you, just because I went to Ohio State, I'm going to be your wide receiver 1 because I went to Ohio State. It doesn't always work like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Can you name a receiver that out of Ohio State of late that hasn't been good? That hasn't been productive?
I'd say this. And there's more to be seen from this guy, right? I think he definitely has a talent. And, I don't think Marvin Harrison has played to his draft spot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's played as a number 1 or first round pick. I don't see that. I think of, I'm trying to think of some other receivers. I don't know if you know of any that you've known that.
Somebody said Ted Ginn. I mean, Ted Ginn was fast.
Yeah, he was fast.
Real fast.
He was super kickoff
fast
returner. Yeah.
Ted Ginn was super fast, man.
Yeah. For sure. But to say Ted Ginn was pick number 4 ready, no, Chris Olave is not pick 4 ready. Right. Chris Olave. So I'm naming receivers. I don't know if Garrett Wilson is pick 4 ready. I'm saying, y'all listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying pick 4. Pick 4. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they've had like Santonio Holmes. They've had Michael, the receiver for Malcolm Thomas. Michael Thomas, right? Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Terry Quinn. They've had Ohio State's had receivers.
Yeah.
Now Jackson Smith-Njigba was drafted later. He plays like the number 4th pick in the draft. Jackson Smith-Njigba was incredible. But
so. Let's get to this question first. This is a conversation. So, should the Titans expect a defensive end out of free agency or the draft? Recently, I don't know if rookie DNs are working for the Titans as of recent. So, how can you tell me of a rookie DN that the Titans have drafted that has not worked? When is the last DN we've drafted that has not worked? We got Jeffrey Simmons as a D tackle.
We drafted Femi last year. He was hurt.
But he was a linebacker. He came in and they
came in as an edge. Right. But his position was to play edge.
Yeah. But he was a second pick. He was second round. He was second round pick. Are you talking about first round? Because if we talk about first round.
First round.
Yeah. So I mean.
Okay.
I'm trying to think
of some tight early defensive. Harold Landry. Yeah, Harold Landry.
He panned out. I mean, I think Harold Landry actually was solid.
He did. He did. Harold Landry was not a first round pick. I think Harold Landry was drafted in the 3rd, I think. Defensive ends for the Titans. I'm really thinking. Let's some folks and bring up some defensive ends. Shout out to everybody in chat. We got a lot of people in the chat, by the way. Shout out to everybody watching the show, by the way.
Yeah.
Besides Javon Curse, of course, right? Defensive ends for the Titans, rookies. I don't know right offhand. We haven't had.
So, okay. Look at this. Look at this comment. Markel, in which that's Cam's old protection. That is.
Yeah.
Is that a need, Hawk?
No, I don't think so. I don't think offensive tackle is a need. I don't. Do you?
No, I don't. Not right now. I feel like the offensive line is gelling. Now, maybe later round you can get somebody like a center that you can try to groom. We still got Jackson Slater, who he played pretty solid. So your offensive line is cool. I see where you're going, though. I see where you're going.
All right, so I pulled up some stats here as far as defensive end. You know, the last defensive outside of Femi, and when you look at the draft, they have Femi as a defensive end in the draft board.
Yeah.
Besides him, the most recent was Kevin Dodd.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Let's look at we haven't drafted a lot of defensive ends in the first round. Derek Morgan, you know, Derek Morgan was a first round pick. Derek Morgan was a good player to be picked number 16 overall. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jason Jones, you remember Jason Jones? They used to play back in like 08. He was a second round pick. He was all right.
He was all right.
You know what I'm saying? We haven't had good defensive ends here based on draft pick. Travis LeBoy, you remember him?
I do remember Travis LeBoy.
He was a second round pick.
Yeah.
And they drafted Antoine Odom that same year in the second round. They drafted 2 defensive ends that year, right? So
again, and then so top
it's
tip
just a curse. It's just curse.
Yeah. He said, I hear you, man. You'd rather take the higher pick on a premium position like edge. I understand the logic of not taking a wide receiver before. I would take Tate if they think he's the best. Now, I'm not opposed to it, top tier. I'll say this. I'm not opposed to it because you need to get Cam weapons. And I think if they look at that from that perspective, and if DABOLL say, hey, I need somebody that I know that potentially can come here and do it. The thing is, you got to mix and match it, though. Right. I can't say I can bring in Carnell Tate, but I also got to bring in, give me a receiver, Hawk, Jawan Jennings, right? I'm mixing and matching. Or you keep Calvin and say, okay, we got Calvin, we got Carnell, we got DK, and we got Ayo, right? We're going to rock with that. Cool. Depends on what you need, right? We got speed. Can he develop them into something? Can their scheme? So I see where you're going. I see it. Again, if they did that, I'm not pissed off. You wouldn't see me over here like, man, we got a receiver at 4. No, I'd be like, okay, I trust it. Berganzi, I trust you, bro. You see something, let's rock. What you were able to do with them, I trust you. So again, we can go this way, we can go that way. We're in a good position. I don't think we've been in a position in a long time where we can literally pick what we want at that position. Right. Hell, we can go corner if you want to. You can go safety. You can go running back. Only thing I wouldn't go is lineman. If we went lineman there, it wouldn't make sense. Yep. Unless they see something. I don't know.
Yeah. But that fourth pick, in my opinion, has to hit. It can't be a project. It's gotta. We need talent. And pick 4, based on the record that we had, we need that. From what we went through last year, we need to see the residuals from a bad football season. Number 4 that pick needs to hit.
Would you be pissed off if they did go receiver at that position?
No, I wouldn't be. Because I have to trust the process. I would have the expectation of him being number 4 to do better than say, I'm not saying Corey Davis was a bad football player. He's picked number 5. Corey Davis had an incredible college career. But I would expect him to not have Corey Davis numbers at pick 4.
Right. And I think
you have to be hit, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got all types of styles. Man, you got all types of styles of receivers in this draft. That's why if you don't go, we tend to hit on second round wide receivers for some reason. I always go back to AJ Brown. If you went second round, I would pick one in the second round. I'm not going later. I can't do later anymore. I'm sorry. I can't do a late round pick no more, Hawk, when it comes to receivers. I cannot do that shit no more. I'm sorry. It has to be second or up. All right. So if you come to that second round, and Makai Lemon, because Makai Lemon is not going to be there. Makai Lemon is a sleeper for me. Like when it comes to receiver, don't be surprised if Makai Lemon ends up turning out to be something in the NFL. You heard it here first. I know people are starting to get on the Makai Lemon thing. Jordan Tyson, he can't stay healthy. That's the problem with Jordan. You got Boston out of Washington State, who to me is a bigger receiver, but his athleticism, he's not really athletic, right? So I can't do no more late round. We need somebody, man. And somebody said overpay for George Pickens. Does George Pickens will he fit the culture here?
I don't know.
Would he fit the culture here? That's my next question.
We don't know what the culture. We don't know what the culture is yet.
But do you think
yet?
Do you think from what Hal Berganzi, because I don't know if you know how Berganzi and them think, do you think they'll tolerate a George Pickens?
It'd be more on Salah and DABOLL. It'll be on them.
But but Berganzi, I think, has a lot to say when it comes to. So I've heard how the structure is.
Mhm.
Is Brinker controls the money. Berganzi got free agency. Salah and them gonna consult with Berganzi and say,
Right.
"Hey, we thinking this. What you think?" Right?
Yeah.
Berganzi had a lot to do with the draft picks last year, so
Yeah.
it's really what he's looking at from a mindset when it comes to football. Is
Yeah.
is George all bought in on football, or is George trying to turn up?
Yeah. I think Pickens will be a challenge here
I think
because,
he would too.
you know, he was a challenge in Dallas and a challenge in Pittsburgh. And I understand he just wants the football. But, man, he got the football a lot in Dallas. And so at times when in certain games he didn't get the football, he was upset. I know he wants to win. I get that. But here, you might not get the ball as much as you did in Dallas. Dallas throws the football. So at least early, you still got a young quarterback, right? Just going into his second year, it takes time. So if he's trying to get the football, he's trying to get 90 to 100 catches in one season next year. That might be a challenge for him. So I don't think he would be happy here. Unless he got paid ridiculous amount of money, he'd probably want to stay in Dallas.
I agree. And I'm just looking at this the receivers, bro. You don't have to go receiver fourth round. I mean, say the fourth pick, but you have a pick. You got Chris Bell, you got KC Concepcion from Texas A&M, who he's a speedster. And I like how he runs his routes. You got Jermaine Bernard.
Yeah, he's good.
He's real. Yeah. You got Jacoby Lane, the counterpart to Mekhi Lemon. So you have some receivers out there that if you trust us, you can develop them, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Great questions, y'all. Let's see here. Let me see.
We'll go another question or two, y'all. We appreciate all the questions in the chat, by the way.
It's time for the culture to shift a little. It's gonna shift a lot. Just get ready.
It's going. It has absolutely no choice but to. You know what I mean? Got a whole new coaching staff.
And you know what? This coaching staff, they're winners. Think about this. They're winners.
Yeah.
Daboll, I think he's been with Alabama, been the championships. I think he was with Kansas City there. Yeah, they just sent KC too.
I got the. Let's see. I
think he did a stint because that's how him and Berganzi got cool. Because it was really him, Berganzi, right? Let's see. Did he do his? Yeah, he did. He was their offense coordinator. 2012, dog.
All right.
20.
But I don't think Mahomes wasn't on the team at that time.
No. I'm looking at New England. He did stints in New England and Alabama in 2017. Did Alabama win? Did they win a championship?
They did win the national championship that year.
He's the winner.
Tua was the quarterback.
He's a winner, Hawk.
Yeah,
that's the championship. Salah. Did Salah go to the Super Bowl with them when San Francisco did?
He did.
Okay. Berganzi. How many Super Bowls Berganzi got?
He went in Atlanta as well too.
But how many Super Bowls Berganzi got? Was it 3 with KC?
Yeah. Berganzi's at least got minimum 3. He's got at least 3.
So they're bringing a winning mindset here. So the culture is going to change. You got a winning mindset now. So hop on board for real. Let's see. Tatia says, let's see. Oh, there you go. He said they don't have to go wide receiver early, but this team eventually. I agree with you. Top tier, I'm with you, bro. We need a wide receiver one for the development of Cam. If you want Cam to be successful, that's what Josh Allen was complaining about. If you want Cam to be successful, get him a legit receiver one. I agree 100%. Hawk, we can't keep doing this, dog. We can't keep doing this. We had AJ Brown. You got to get another AJ Brown or whatever you want to do.
Right.
He said he had Tua too. He did have Tua.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he had Tua that year. 2017 is when Devontae Smith won the Heisman, I think, too. Yeah, that's the 2016 season. 2017 is when they won the bowl. But Yep.
The Packers. That's true. You know what? I forgot Brinker was with the Packers too. Duh.
Yeah.
You got to win. You got the formula. I'm excited, Hawk. I haven't been excited like this in a while, dog. I'm excited. Excited.
Me too, man. Again, for those that just joined us, Brian Daboll was hired as the offensive coordinator, the former head coach for the New York Giants. Robert Saleh, of course, is the head coach. The ball-headed committee is in the building. Let's see what happens.
So, Jay Bryan says, what y'all doing with Calvin? That's a great question. You can save some money.
Yeah, you can save money. It depends on how valuable they think Calvin Ridley's contract is going to be next year because it's not guaranteed. and he's $13 million against the cap. So the question I would ask for you all in the comment section: do we keep Calvin Ridley, pay that $13 million to Calvin Ridley, or we cut Calvin Ridley? Now, the bad part of cutting Calvin Ridley, unless you get some free agent receivers in here or whatever, we don't have depth to receive. We got young guys in DK and Ayamena, but what do you do if you don't have Calvin Ridley? Who's going to be wide receiver one? Unless we get a free agent, who will be receiver one? Now, I think the positives of him being here is that he's at least has one more year. He's been around. Him and Cam do have a connection. You know what I'm saying? And he understands that. Now, again, we have a different offense coordinator too, so that's different as well. Different head coach, different system, right? So, I think it's just a $13 million question. What do you do with $13 million? You keep a receiver or you sign somebody else? Yep. What about you, Jacques?
Man, can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? That's my biggest thing, man.
That's a big question.
Can he stay healthy? And this is what, third year on his contract? To your point, this is why it's important that you need to either draft a receiver or you need to go out and get in free agency. If you're going to do that, you better do it.
That's right.
Bethany with the super sticker, with the $199.
What's happening? All right, Bethany Cheney. Do-do-do-do. Boom. Bethany Cheney in the building. Bethany, hey, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Again, he knows Daboll. That's the thing. I'm like, Daboll. I'll go to Daboll and say, hey, what can you do with him? What can you do with him? Can you replicate what you did at Alabama with him? I know it's kind of hard, but do you think we should keep him, or you think you want to go younger? That's the power that Daboll has because he's been a head coach, right?
Yep.
So
that's right.
Another $199 from Bethany.
Okay. All right. Bethany Cheney. Do-do-do-do. Boom. Bethany Cheney with the daily double. Bethany, hey, we appreciate it once again.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. We appreciate that.
Cap would not make Cam Ward a better quarterback, but better receiver. But so let me do this. Hold on here. Hawk, you want to answer that real quick while I look at something?
Yeah. Calvin Ridley will not make Cam Ward a better quarterback. I don't think so, because he can make him a good quarterback, but Calvin Ridley has had his issues with drops and he's had some injury issues. I like Calvin Ridley a lot, actually. And again, to see him in practice live, Calvin Ridley was unbelievable. He did great, but he has to be more consistent. And that's what hurt Cam Ward even last year at the times he was getting the football to Calvin Ridley. And when Calvin Ridley, with times, would make the most difficult catch and drop the easiest ones, right? He would catch a post down the middle against three guys and drop a hitch route. So, no, we can't have him as the only receiver. We have to have others around him for him to be a part of the collective. I like Ridley a lot, but for him to be your sole receiver, I don't think it's a book for success to me for Cam and the offense.
I agree. And I'm just looking at this free agency list, man. Got some old guys on this list, dog. Except like you got Dewami Brown with the Jags, and you got, well, I think we've talked about what's his name with the Packers, Romeo Dobbs. You got Christian Kirk out there, you do, from the Texans. But I mean, these receivers are older. I low key want to go younger, like, to be honest with you, because you already have a young receiving core. Unless you get somebody like Mike Evans, which I don't see Tampa getting rid of Mike Evans. Well, maybe they might get rid of him because of his injury history, and then you have Abuke doing his thing. So it wouldn't surprise me. But with Calvin, man, I think that ship is sailing. I think this is starting to sail, and I think you just need to kind of cut your ties and try to go out there and find somebody else, or you go out there and you say, okay, hey, what are we going to get in the draft? The thing about I'm going to say this about receivers: the receivers coming out the draft, it's a learning curve. So if you're gonna get him at 4, like to your point, Hawk, you better come in humping right away. Because if you don't, that's the problem that you run. That's the risk that you run. Top tier says running back plan: Brees, Kenny Walker, draft. What you got,
Hawk? Now one thing I would tell you about this draft, and we're gonna as time goes on, we're gonna continue to dissect it more and more. But I would tell you in my early look here, as far as the draft, there's a lot of good running backs in this draft. I think the running back group is actually maybe one of the best groups in the draft. So I think Brees Hall or Kenneth Walker from the Seahawks would be a great pickup for us, regardless of who we pick up. both two different running backs. And I think we need that. And I like Tony Pollard a lot. I really do. But I would probably go Breece Hall or Kenneth Walker over Tony Pollard. I think draft wise, if we draft a running back, that's fine. I don't think running back is a huge draft need. So if I think running back, I want a game breaking running back, I'm looking in the first 3 rounds. If I don't need it, as far as having a draft a running back that early, then I won't even draft one. So I wouldn't even draft a running back. I would look for free agents at running back, in my opinion. What about you, Jacques?
Give me either or. I like Kenneth Walker. I do. I don't think the Seahawks are going to resign him. I like what he brings size-wise. But yeah, in the draft, like you said, them first 3 rounds, if we're not getting a running back, then it depends on what system we're gonna run with it too, right? DABOLL likes to he likes to have one back, right? Have you noticed that? One back in his system, he likes to have one back, Scatterbo, and then you have a Cooks with the Bills. So he wants one back. He's not running back by committee. So that room is really we got to find an every down back. So if he's getting a little older, so I don't know if you might want to cut him too. I'm not saying you should, but you might want to. So the Breece Hall connection with Salah wouldn't surprise me if we brought in Breece Hall. And if you did bring in Breece Hall and he stayed healthy, that kind of solves that, right? That'll take that plate. So
yeah. All right, cool. We'll go 1 or 2 more questions, y'all.
Let's see. It's time to build some structure. Titans' best option not to care about what Mike Vrabel doing. But how do you care what Mike Vrabel? Let me ask you a question. Do you care what Mike Vrabel's doing? Like, is it really weighing down on you? Is it making you lose sleep at night?
No, it's not. But I do. It's not at all. But I do think that a lesson can be learned in this. He is in the Super Bowl, and so if he was losing, we'd be talking about that too. Like, oh, Vrabel's trash, he's garbage, or whatever, right? So I look at it on the one hand too. It's like, okay, well, he became successful this season. It's a 2 sides to the coin, so to speak, right? And so I look at it from, we don't know the relationship between him and Amy. Apparently, it's soured. But I do think too, the Amy Adams and AJ Brown situation, clearly Mike Vrabel didn't want that to happen. So I think the lesson learned is, man, really listen to your head coach. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of soured things, right? You clearly see that he didn't want AJ Brown gone, right? And Mike Vrabel's like, all right, cool, whatever. And then he started putting Amy and them all under the bus, and he got on out of here. But if he was not successful, if he was trash, we'd be talking about that. He's in the Super Bowl. And so I think there's a lesson could be learned is trust your leader. Trust your head coach. That's why you hired him. He had lost a lot of games towards the end of his time with the Titans. But, man, he won a lot of football games here too. I mean, we went to the AFC Championship and was the #1 team in the AFC. So I think I'm not losing no sleep of it for sure. But I do think I'm giving him credit. He's in the Super Bowl at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? New England was not good last year. They're in the Super Bowl this year. And Mike Vrabel, he's their head coach. So that's what I think. What about you?
I don't care. It's like an X. It's like, if you're an X, you're an X. It is what it is. He did some successful things with it. He almost got us to a Super Bowl. So I give him credit there. But I can't, I got to worry about what we doing. And I'm excited for what we got going on. Mo power. There's a couple of Titans actually is on that team that I'm rooting for. I'm like, hey, Mike Vrabel, do y'all thing. Hey, Titans players, y'all well deserved. Y'all had a good year, but I don't give a damn. That's just me. Right. The Patriots, whatever they do over there, is the Patriots. But I'm a Titan. Mike Vrabel was a Titan. Like you said, a lesson has been learned. We learned that they should learn that lesson. Amy, it looks like she's learned her lesson by bringing in Salah and trying to build this thing up.
That's facts.
But do I care? No, I care what you just did now. You're making up for it. You're erasing what you did with that Vrabel thing. Cool. If he wins the Super Bowl, cool. That's fine. I'm not going to harp on it. We got bigger stuff to fry. We trying to get to that point where we were at first, and we trying to get back to that. So I look at this as a situation like that's an X. Good job. Hey, more power to you. I'm happy for you, but I'm done talking about y'all unless we play y'all. I'm happy for your success, but we got bigger fish to fry over here. Tighten up, baby. That's all I got to say about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. We'll go one more question, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Great questions as always, man. Always.
Let's see. We got another Vrabel question. And there's a lot of debate with that too. Like it's yeah.
Yeah.
And team leader said people dwell on Vrabel too much and move on. Team leader, I'm with you, bro. It's the past is the past. Like I said, I look at it like an ex. I don't talk about my exes. I don't. Right. I don't know about you, Hawk. I don't. You're in the past for a reason. The past is the past. Good luck to you. Like I said, I'm happy not just from him, but I'm happy for Harold Landry. I'm happy for is Jack Gibbons on that team?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Jack Gibbons is on that team. I'm happy for those guys, those lower tier guys that people kind of counted out. And I'm like, man, y'all did y'all thing, bro. Keep doing y'all. Mike Vrabel was the leader, yes, but y'all had to put in the work. Y'all had to take that and keep pushing.
Right.
So if I'm rooting for somebody, yeah, cool, Vrabel. Hey, Harold, bro, get you a Super Bowl, dog. Jack, get you a Super Bowl. Man, do y'all thing, bro. So that's what I'm happy for. I'm happy for them, man. Hey, keep doing your thing, man. So, like old French fries.
What's up, Kenyon? What's happening? What's good, bro?
Go get that wide receiver. I'm seeing if I missed any questions.
And you know, when it comes to Mike Vrabel, the Mike Vrabel is not so much a Titans conversation, even more the fact of global world. When you look at it on paper, you look at a coach who got fired 2 years ago, and he's in a Super Bowl in 2 years, right? So when people look at that, they're gonna be like, damn, the Titans, that was stupid for y'all to fire him, right? That's been a big discussion too, just out even in the ESPN world, right? Or things like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's not a dwelling on it, but I mean, he's in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And he's there.
It's a conversation starter. It's a headliner. It's a let's talk about it conversation. And they'll still be talking about it from even if the Titans are successful. It'll still be that like the AJ Brown thing. We'll always talk about the AJ Brown. I think the AJ Brown thing is bigger than the Vrabel thing because that was a piece that could have still been here. And it wasn't his fault. It was John Robinson's freaking fault that he still doesn't have a job. So yeah.
Right. They say exactly. And AJ won a Super Bowl. But I personally, Jock, when players and coaches and things leave the Titans and become successful somewhere else, I understand the conversation. I do. I get it. You know what I mean? It's like damn, like, you know, it's not to say, okay, if we'd have kept him, we wouldn't have won a Super Bowl. We wouldn't have won a Super Bowl here with Vrabel. You know, he was losing at the end of his tenure. That's what people seem to forget too, right? Titan fans know that, right? And I know a lot of lack of talent and things like that. But there has been, like you mentioned about the Patriots, there are players that are from the Titans that are going to the Super Bowl. It's like, it's several, like, damn, you know, guys that we just cut like that and they're starters somewhere else. So, you know, those conversations, they happen.
Yeah. And I like you said, I get it. I get it. Again, we've had this conversation like, hey, why can't Titans players keep? And we found the problem. The problem is your leadership. We've already know the problem. We know the problem. So in my industry, how do we fix the problem? Well, it's not on us. It's not on them. It's leadership. And Amy, to me, I got to give her credit. She's letting her leadership do their job now. And with that doing their job, now you're making up for it. That's why, again, yeah, cool, but it is what it is. Let's figure out how to get to step B. I messed up here. We messed up here. We do that in life. We mess up in life. Let's figure out how to fix it. And that's what she's doing.
Right. And that's what's going on. I totally agree. But they don't have a choice. They can't quit operations, right? So they are. That's what the Titans are doing now with the hire Robert Saleh, Brian Daboll, and those things, right? They cleaned out house. This is the second coach since Vrabel. And Vrabel was only fired 3 years ago. We're coach number 2 since then, right? So the Titans are actually doing that as we speak, you know, and we got a quarterback. So I think the Titans are doing that.
So Andre says, if Philly and AJ are on the outs, would you be interested, or is he similar to Pickens at this point? Would you be interested in bringing in AJ, or is he like George Pickens?
I think AJ would love to be back here. Maybe he would come back with more appreciation, especially from the fans and the media here in Nashville. You know, we sort of spoke.
Oh, you might. Okay,
can you hear me?
Yeah, you good now. Yeah.
Okay. So AJ Brown going to Philadelphia, we knew that the challenges he'd have going to Philly and the media and things like that. But has he been successful? Absolutely. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and won a Super Bowl. AJ has done incredible. Yes, you have those same issues as far as the Pickens and things. I'm sure AJ would have more respect coming back here. I'd probably, you know, to be like, man, I really like Nashville versus Philadelphia. But AJ's mind is set on trying to win a Super Bowl. So I don't see AJ coming back. I see, and he don't have the choice. It's not AJ's choice. AJ is signed on a contract. So it's not, of course I would like to bring AJ Brown back. He was one of my favorite players here, literally. And I think him getting traded was worse than Derrick Henry getting let go. No, Derrick Henry didn't get let go. He signed a contract. I think losing AJ was worse than losing Derrick Henry, in my opinion. But I think AJ will probably go like some other team like Buffalo, Kansas City, a team that's on the verge. Maybe New England, like somebody like Kenyon said. So I'm not worried about AJ coming back. I don't see that happening. You, John?
No, I don't see it happening either. Matter of fact, Kenyon actually said what I was about to say. He wants to go to New England with Vrabel. He likes Vrabel. So it wouldn't surprise me if he – and Vrabel, I think, seems to get the best out of him, and he can control his attitude. So Vrabel knows how to control AJ, if that makes sense. I hate to be like that, but he knows like how AJ works, and he can definitely get to AJ, and he's helped AJ mentally as well. So he's not coming back here. I think to team leader's point, he says – what did he say? He said, Hulk, this is the media. They have to do the sound bites. As far as AJ, that needs to move on from that as well. I'm with him. I don't see AJ coming back here. And that's something that I'm like, it's not going to happen. And if it did happen, cool. That'll be nice. But at the same time, I think they are trying to go younger. And I said AJ don't have anything left in the tank. But I think AJ will benefit from going to somewhere like New England, right? That's already established that he can probably go there and go to another Super Bowl and win it and do what he do. And as he's getting older too, man, ride off in the sunset, dog. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Don't come back here. Keep establishing what you have over there and do your thing. So,
all right. Cool. Well, all right. Well, I guess we go one more question.
Let me see. He said, remember when AJ Brown said he's not a diva? Would you consider AJ a diva, Hawk?
Yeah, he's a diva.
He's a diva? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000%.
Yeah.
But, diva receivers are some of your best receivers too.
Best receivers, yeah.
So it's a give and take. So when you have a coach that knows how to handle that, y'all saw Sirianni and him arguing on the sideline and those things, right? It's a boiling point. And some coaches know how to handle that. He didn't. Sirianni, I think Sirianni just got pissed off. Like, I'm just tired of this crap. And he just snapped. I get it. And you know what happened? They lost. They lost. And AJ was out there dropping the ball and everything. So it's like, hey, it is what it is, right? But yes, he's a diva. A diva, 1,000%. Yes. But he's a hell of a receiver. He's a great receiver. He's projected to be a Hall of Famer. He's got a Super Bowl ring. AJ's an all-pro. Yeah, absolutely.
He lacks accountability too. Like you said. And that's passion. That's passion behind it. The boiler point, like you said, I'm getting tired of shit for real.
Right.
But I think too, along with the diviness, he has to hold himself accountable. And I think he has a hard time doing it. I'm like, AJ, you dropped the pass, bro. You own that. Yep. You did that. Don't blame nobody else but you. And I think he has a hard time doing that.
That's right, man. That's right.
Terrell Owens was a diva. He was cold.
Yep.
That was a lot. Keyshawn Johnson was a diva. He was cold.
Yeah, it's so many, man. It's George Pickens. It's a lot of guys like that. They're really good though, man. And it's that's just what it is, I guess, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. But with that attitude, a lot of times, man, you end up getting shipped around too. You know what I mean? Because some people you wear out your welcome, right? So it's just kind of like, man, you really good and all, man, but I don't know if you worth it, bro. So we'll have for a few years, cool, and then we'll holler at you. You know what I mean?
Toxic. Man, you do toxic. You toxic.
Right.
That's it. You kill the locker room. When you toxic like that, you kill the locker room, dog. You kill the locker room. He said AJ and T.O. on the same path. I mean, you can't say that because T.O. bounced around a lot.
Yeah, he did.
He said Keyshawn is still a deal.
yeah, for sure.
You can't breathe that out of them, man. Like, he's still Keyshawn is. I couldn't stand Keyshawn for a long time, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was a good receiver, but I couldn't stand him.
Yep. So, well, listen, folks, look. We want to say thank you all for joining in to the show. For those that join us late as well, again, Brian Daboll is the new offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. Welcome, Coach Daboll. Welcome. And if you have not followed us on here on YouTube, follow us today, Tennessee Titans Weekly. We are also the official Bleacher Report podcast. Download the app on Bleacher Report. 360,000 people follow the Tennessee Titans. Be a part of that as well, too. New updates all the time. Starting February all the way through the season. We have daily shows, so check us out there. We have Apple Podcasts. We have streams on Apple. We have streams on Spotify. TikTok as well, man. We have our individual TikTok videos. You know, some of this will be on TikTok for those who didn't get a chance to watch the show. We're on Instagram. We are everywhere. And one last thing as well, too, man. Look, for those that are in Nashville or Middle Tennessee or anywhere where there's a lot of ice and snow and things like that, I know the weather has been treacherous. I hope everyone is doing all right, man. Hey, you know, praying that, you know, everyone has electricity. I've been out of electricity for 3 straight days, and I've been everywhere, man. Shout out to my mom as well, man, and my family. But, man, listen, be careful out there, y'all, on these roads, man. You know what I mean? Be safe out there. It's tough out there, man. So,
Yep. Like your Hawk said, we got hit the hardest. Not Nashville. I live in Smyrna. We got hit like crazy. Murfreesboro, all surrounding areas, man, that you around that Middle Tennessee area, we got towed up bad. And so, like you said, praying for everybody. My family, they had electricity issues too. So try to stay warm. You don't appreciate electricity until you have it. Until it goes out. It's the most valuable thing on this planet. So, hey, glad your electricity is on, bro. Stay warm. But I'll say this. All those entities that you just named, cut your notification bells on. There's a bell right there to let you know when we go live. Shout out to the people that have it on, and shame to the people that don't, because it'll let you know when we go live. So make sure you cut them on. It's a little bell. And I think it's like that on TikTok. It'll let you know when we post any content, because y'all don't want to miss what we got to say this season. And it's off season. It's going to be fun. But anyway, as I say every show, hit that like button. Hey, real quick, you will not see Henry in another Titans jersey. Just want to throw that out there.
That's when he retires that one-day contract, right?
Exactly. But anyway, Hawk, take us home. Hey, we appreciate y'all's comments. Hey, we appreciate the opinions and everything. Love y'all. Sure do. Hawk, take us home, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's a great point, Jacques, man. We appreciate y'all for real, man. We love y'all, man. We appreciate it. Again, shout out to my boy Julio, who I talked to earlier today. Shout out to you, man. All right. We hope y'all have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week as well, too, man. Be careful out there. And as we always say, folks, facts.
No paper.
Tennessee Titans Weekly, we carry the rock, but being the best podcast with Hawk and Jock. We cover the Titans early in the morning or later, with everything you need, spitting facts, no paper. From the Music City, born and raised, we reppin'. The city and the state of Tennessee, we steppin'. Our fans enjoy, they say they'll enlighten us. Let's go Titans fans and tighten up. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We're here to be the best and never last. Hawk and Jock, what's the plot? To make the Super Bowl, or can we win or not? Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We give you news and perspectives and do it fast. When you see our shows, tell us what's up. Let's get this win and go home and tighten up. We are the best in the game, and it shows. Let's go Tennessee Titans, let's win some more. Nashville is our home, but Tennessee is our state. Let's beat every team down, said hut. Right, Tennessee Titans Weekly, we carry the rock. Of being the best podcast with Hawk and Jock. We cover the Titans early in the morning or later, but everything you need, spitting facts, no paper. From the Music City, born and raised, we reppin'. The city and the state of Tennessee, we steppin'. Our fans enjoy, they say they'll enlighten us. Let's go Titans fans and tighten up. Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. We're here to be the best and never last. Hawk and Jock, what's the plot? To make the Super Bowl, or can we win or not? Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast. Giving news and perspectives and do it fast. When you see our shows, tell us what's up. Let's get this win and go home and tighten up.